Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As he went to break, Don just got thrown into the corner yet again and had a big boot waiting for him. So, our techs are stupid, so they let us know they're going to cut the break. So, anywho, let's get back to the tournament. Here we go. Big boot lands on Don's face. Aiden rolls up Don, drags him to the center of the ring, more than likely. Here's the cover. 1. Don kicks out at 1. Don hits the DDT. And Don gonna get Vlad in there. Because Don's more damage than Vladimir, that's for damn sure. But Aiden, Vlad's gonna catch Aiden. And hits the triple back suplex. Back suplex into German suplex. How ya doing? Good night. Here's the cover. 1, 2, 3. Vladimir and Don get the first pinfall. Vladimir throws Aiden into the corner and Don eats it. Eddie's trying to stay in the match, but he does. If he stays in it longer, then he's not the legal man. He has to a 5 count. If he doesn't get out, they've disqualified. Aiden rakes the eyes of Don. Aiden goes attacking Eddie, and Eddie walks the other way. Very un-team-like there from Eddie on Aiden. Here's some tag action from Don and Vladimir. Drop toe hold, elbow drop. Don rolls him over. Here's the cover. 1, 2, 3. Vladimir and Don, insult to injury, has eliminated pain and misery. That was the breaking point there when Aiden went for that cover and Eddie sidestepped and went to the other corner. Holy shit. Insult to injury, take the victory and move on. They will face the winner of our next match coming up right next. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Our next matchup is going to pin the Rebels taking on the New School. We have Crazy Mike and Frank Tickner of the Rebels taking on Kirk, Ashanti, and Marcus Orr. This will be a very interesting battle between these two teams. So let's get right back into it. And I'm being told that the actual championship match, whomever finally makes it through their ranks and moves on, will have a very surprising stipulation added to the main event. And it'll be for the tag titles. It's Crazy Mike and the Rebels. You have Chewie on the right side and the self-proclaimed Han Solo of the league. It's going to be very interesting to see these two contrasting styles taking on the New School of Marcus and Kirk. Kirk and Marcus had a very interesting qualifying match to get to this tournament. They eliminated the old school of hardcore. So that's going to put an interesting stock in their cap. But this is going to be a very interesting style. You have you have the flyers, the quickness, and the ninja-esque movement. And their opponents, the And Marcus, who he killed it, pretty much outright killed his own brother many, many weeks ago. For their end of their many, many weeks of attacking, Marcus was able to win the day. And Kirk, just a new up-and-comer. New look, new attitude, and just very interesting. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. Here we go. Crazy Mike and Kirk are going to open up. Stalemate, Crazy Mike goes to headlock, snapmare takedown followed by fist drop to the face. Big move there by Crazy Mike, putting Kirk on his face. Crazy Mike throws Kirk into the corner. Tag team move into his tag team partner Frankie there. Big drop, toe hold, elbow drop to the face. And very well keeping each other fresh. Frankie and Crazy Mike just drop toe holding, elbow dropping Kirk to next week. Big boot, Kirk counters. Goes for that Hurricanrana, but Mike swats him away. Crazy Mike goes to the headlock, snap suplex. Into the corner. Mike's going to dive to the outside and go immediately after the announce table. Because that seems all necessary. Kirk goes to the... Mike gets the wrist lock on Kirk, but Marcus is there to break it up. Marcus throws Crazy back into the... Throws Big Mike back into the ring. But took too long. Mike's able to slide back out. Kirk spins Mike around and throws Crazy Mike back into the ring. Drops the elbow. And Kirk doing some laps apparently, some wind sprints. Running, beautiful, right into a tilt-a-whirl body slam. Crazy Mike goes right after that arm. But it's kind of interesting because Crazy Mike knows that those legs are the most dangerous and tries to go for that walk-up, but nobody home. Beautiful arm drag there, springboard arm drag from Kirk, showing off his quickness. Goes the wrist lock, goes the waist lock. Russian leg sweep. And Crazy Mike catches him, but Kirk's able to counter into a tilt-a-whirl arm drag. He counted that out of midair. Kirk goes to the headlock, goes to the Fujitan armbar. Kirk gonna bring Marcus in. Marcus and Fi, these two have had a little bit of a history. They've fought each other in a couple tournaments and a couple qualifier matches for some championship possibility matches, but at the end of the day, Marcus, just beautiful takeover head slam right there. Big right hand, big punch to the midsection, goes to the wrist lock. Twisting the arm inside, rolls Crazy Mike through, followed by a twisting leg drop. Working that arm, Marcus stops on Mike. Marcus took a little too long there. Mike capitalized. Throws Marcus into the corner. Puts Marcus into the tree of whoa! And just puts that big 13E 444 boot to Marcus's face. Big Mike goes to the wrist lock. Snapmare takedown. Followed by elbows right to the top of the head or the neck. Couldn't see too many bodies in the way. And big dump. Big right hand to Marcus, knocking him off the apron. Marcus and Mike fights on the outside. Mike counters with a waist lock and wrestling takedown. The outside, no padding out there. Very little. Walks into a tilt-a-whirl slam. Kicks to the midsection. Mark almost had a pole, but Mike decided just to hammer him in the back of the head first off. Crazy Mike dives back in. Punches Marcus in the face. Marcus goes to the headlock. Mike counters. Marcus counters it, breaks it up. And Mike going for a wham! What a slam! An Argentinian backbreaker. And calls out the Mac Daddy. The Mac Daddy slam. And Marcus gets the leg swept out and eats the apron. Crazy Mike throws Marcus into the barricade. Mike goes to the headlock, throws Marcus into the ring, drops the elbow. Crazy Mike pops back in. Marcus got some looking, grabs him, brings him into his corner. Got some tangent offense finally from Mark and Kirk. Big double axe handle right on the arm of Mike. And Mike runs into a twisting arm drag, followed by a flipping senton. Mike pushes Kirk away, does a float over field breaker right into the neck breaker. Crazy Mike brings Frankie in. And Frankie hits a big back body drop. Frankie sends Kirk flying. Kirk catches him again, and Frankie dumps him over the top of the rope, slides out, just stomps the shit out of Kirk. But Kirk counters and throws Frankie into the barricade, and Kirk's staying on the announce table. I think he says something about respecting me. Marcus just working on Frankie, eating some steps and some pole and some aprons. Kirk grabs a hold of Frankie. Frankie gets thrown back in the ring. Kirk drops the elbow. Frankie gets back up. Kirk comes back in, jumps back in, almost right into the arms of Frankie, but Frankie counters it. But Kirk hits this teardrop suplex. Kirk goes to the wrist lock. And that beautiful swing combination there of hammer lock, single leg takedown. Kirk goes to the headlock. Snapmares. Big high knee right to the spine of Frankie. Jesus Christ. But Frankie counters, dumps Kirk on the outside, and Kirk sends Frankie off. Marcus catches him, spins him around, throws Frankie into the apron. Kirk's looking at him, looking to do something. Marcus just dumps him into there. And just ramming Frankie into him. And Frankie finally works out of it. Frankie grabs a hold of Marcus. Marcus counters. Marcus springs Frankie around. Throws him back into the ring. Where Frankie gets back up. Dives the outside going after Marcus, but he's not the legal man. And Marcus just throwing him more in the apron. Frankie breaks out of it. And I guess Kirk's just having a moment. And Frankie just eats a step, eats a pole, and runs into Kirk. Frankie dumps it back in. Marcus hits a leg drop. But Frankie thinks Marcus is the legal man. He's not. Kirk is the legal man. Marcus throws Frankie into the ring. Marcus dumps Frankie back in. Marcus goes for a leg drop. Frankie's not tapping Crazy Mike. And Vladimir gets caught, Kirk gets caught staring. And Mike's going to take advantage and stomp the shit out of Kirk. And Crazy Mike throws in. Crazy Mike's got him on the announce table. Where's Crazy Mike going? This can't be good. Oh, Frankie goes up instead. Frankie, it's a sit-out jawbreaker, and Kirk counters. Beautiful! Drives Frankie right through the announce table with that Spanish fly. But Crazy Mike there and puts Kirk into a arm submission, but he's outside. Falls can't happen outside. Kicks to the midsection. Crazy Mike is thrown back into the ring. And Mike, sick of Marcus's shit, brings him in the hard way. And Crazy Mike by Marcus snaps up out of it. Marcus has got to get out before he gets his team disqualified and award the first fall to him. But Kirk and Great Man hit beautiful Hurrana. Beautiful head scissors from Kirk. But walks right, just gets done right into a drop toe hold. Kicks to the midsection. And Mike steals Kirk's finisher. Here's the cover. 1, 2, 3. Crazy Mike and him take the first fall of the match. Did not to see a very large man like that pull that maneuver off. Hits the Spanish fly. Crazy Mike kicks Kirk in the midsection. Goes to the wrist lock. Counters to the waist lock. Crazy Mike counters it, dropped to his knees with the takeover. Kirk goes on the inside arm. Kirk hits a Rana. Kirk goes for a drop kick, but Crazy Mike counters it. Big punch to the face. Goes to the headlock. Kirk goes underneath the waist lock. Russian leg sweep. And Kirk hits the sit-out DDT. Crazy Mike has no idea where he's at. Kirk drop kicks him into the corner. And Kirk doing that nice springboard arm drag. And we will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. And as Kirk hits the Spanish fly once again, here's the cover. 1, 2, 3. We're tied up here, ladies and gentlemen. Kirk goes for the headlock. And we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.